really, really enjoyed the show, and I love all the time travel and kind of sci-fi fantasy elements. And with season 2, Becca gets to kind of join in on the fun. How does that affect her relationship with Alma?
Well, I think Becca's a really fun character because I love when she says, like, I'm okay with this reality. Like, I like the curtain. I don't need to go deeper. And that she's being pushed by her sister to go deeper. And it's complicated because is Alma really doing it for Becca and for their family? Or is Alma doing it kind of selfishly because she wants to feel purposeful and wants to feel powerful and does want the reality to be better? So I think it makes for a complicated relationship, but I like to see how Alma knows how to manipulate Becca. Like, Alma knows that Becca wants to do good and be good and do what's right and to take care of people and look out for people. And so she uses that as a lever to push Becca into doing this work. And to see Becca's growth through it, to see Becca have to kind of face some darker stuff within herself, and to see this like hall of mirrors going either way, and to recognize the traits that she's picked up from her mother and why she's picked them up, and that it's a survival mechanism. It's a way to kind of just exist in a lockdown sense to protect yourself. But what happens when you are forced to open yourself up to these ideas and to this internal world and to these potential external worlds and realities that reflect a whole lineage of pain and trauma, and how those things may or may not be shaping you invisibly. And so I love seeing their relationship grow over the course of the season. I love seeing Becca be able to help her sister in unexpected ways through the growth that she's experienced and the depth that she reaches in terms of all this work they've done together. I think it's really meaningful and heartwarming to see how close they get.
I really keyed on when you were talking about how Alma knows how to manipulate Becca, and thinking like, oh yeah, she's been manipulating her since season 1, episode 1. Except I guess this time, at least Alma believes she's manipulating her for good. She's manipulating her with the best of intentions. Whether or not that's actually for good, I think it's up for debate. But at least this time she's not maliciously manipulating her.
I love the rotoscope animation style. It's not one that I'm as used to seeing. What made it kind of that right animation style to use for this show that really explores reality and perception?
You want this one, Raphael?
Sure. Well, that's exactly right. What you just said, that explores reality and perception. And it felt, like this was the story we wanted to tell. We felt had similarities to other stories, but also was not quite like anything you'd seen before. And we wanted a kind of storytelling that represented that, you watch the first episode of Bojack and you have certain expectations for what that kind of show is going to be. And we like thinking that you turn on Undone on and you don't quite know necessarily, unless you're, a big fan of Richard Linklater and his rotoscope works. But even that is like not quite what we're doing, and then also just the way that it puts you in a slightly real, slightly unreal world was really exciting, because you watch the first episode and it really does feel very grounded and real. And then gradually magical things start to happen, but it's not like all of a sudden it turns on, right? That if this was a live action show and then special effects started happening, there'd be like a clear delineation of like, oh, we're in the real world and now we're in cartoon world. And we wanted those boundaries to be somewhat porous. And we felt like rotoscopy really gave us a great way to do that.